All right. I hope everyone had a decent lunch and a decent lunch break. Mr. Brawback, your client is Mr. Perez.
He is. We're ready.
Right. Okay, the court has the paperwork for him. Just one moment. Is there a prosecutor available? It's not quite 2:30 yet, Brenna.
I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. All right, Mr. Perez, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 9017W, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Perez. I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Michelle Hayden for the state.
for the defense.
Clock for Perez.
All right, and are you Mark Anthony Perez?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objections.
Any objections from the defense? Mr. Brawback, any objections to us proceeding by video?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am, I received it all and I reviewed it with the client.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Perez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am, I did.
understand it? And did you
Yes.
sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Parental Procedure. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision or a determination on whether or not to hold this case over for trial and indict you?
Yes, ma'am, I do understand.
Did you understand your attorney has certain rights, namely 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days from the presentation of the information to prepare for trial? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by entering into the plea bargain agreement in this case, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information, and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Parental Procedure. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Information. Did you review that document with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
Ma'am, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, yes, I did.
Did you understand by information you're charged with the offense of continuous violence against family? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did understand that.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, yes, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, he's legally competent and sane at the time of the offense.
Mr. Pettis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I have.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state will remain silent on your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. The state will take in consideration cause number 661548, JN number 2039229, night mag number 626139. There's an affirmative finding of family violence and no contact with Felicita, Felicita Villa Gomez. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, I did.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Oh, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged by information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1, its attachments into evidence.
Any
No
objections?
objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Pettis, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you
Yeah.
understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, I do.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Mr. Broadback, is there going to be any issues with mental health? I cannot hear you, Mr. Broadback.
No, there is no motions for mental health.
All right, Mr. Pettis, do you have any prior diagnosis?
No, ma'am. I just have PTSD, but I've been taking my medication. And when I was out there, I was taking my medication as well. That's it.
All right, so you're diagnosed with PTSD
Yes, ma'am.
from what?
I've had it. I had ADHD, ADD, and they said that as growing up, it became PTSD, ma'am.
All right, are there any drug issues?
No, ma'am.
All right, Norma, I need a reset date for sentencing.
I'll put it in the chat, Joe.
Thank you. All right, we're going to come back on November 3rd at 9 a.m. and it will be by Zoom if you're in custody. If you're not in custody, you'll need to be in the courtroom. Courtroom is
Judge.
located at 300 De La Rosa.
I'm out of town. I'm out of town that week. Could we do it the week after?
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Before?
can you give us a date the week after?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Barback.
Okay.
All right, we're going to come back on November 8th. And Mr. Pettis, if you are out of custody at that time, you'd need to be in court on November 8th. The court will base my decision on your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision will be based upon the report I received back from probation and whatever other evidence is presented to me. It's very important that you're open and honest with probation so I can make an informed decision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions about anything?
No, ma'am. So I'm not getting out, correct? Do I have a
No.
bond set or anything?
You'll have to speak with your attorney, but I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Probation will meet with you in number 2 and give you instructions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And you're welcome. Mr. Broadback, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, or you can be excused.
I'll go to breakout room number 2. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Rebecca, if you could go to number 2, please.
And Judge, you want just the PSI and TAP?
And a MIC evaluation.
Okay, I just wanted to double check on that.
Yes, thank you. All right, everyone, just give me one.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, if I may, real quick.
Yes.
First of all, I apologize. It's been a interesting day running out. My client is trying to sign the paperwork, but he also does not have any audio. So he was going to log back out. I told him to make sure he clicked the audio settings so he could hear. The other question is, if it doesn't work, do you want him to come in person tomorrow or Thursday to do this?
Tomorrow. But I've sent Ms. Ferguson there and I've sent the clerks there, so they may be able to walk him through it.
Well, he's not in person. He's downstairs. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome.
Hello, Greg.
Greg, if you could please go to breakout room number 1 with your
Yes, ma'am.
client.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because he's not even looking at us or anything. He's just looking at his phone.
Mr. Chavez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, what is happening with Mr. Rosas?
With Mr. Rosas, Your Honor, he has a federal hold. So I know that the feds are trying to get him transferred over right now. We got retained on the 30th of last month, but that's the update as of now.
Okay, so what are we going to plan on doing with this case?
If I could talk with him real quick.
All right, have you conferred with the state? Have you been given an offer?
No, we just got retained on the 30th on to this past week.
Okay,
Judge, I can confer on that one. I had another defense attorney listed.
all right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2, Mr. Chavez. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to make you co-host. There you are. Mr. Rosas, your attorney is conferring with the prosecutor, so you don't need to go anywhere yet. You just need to stay in that seat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Forgot to white out my name. Hi, Judge, what did I miss?
Oh, nothing. Nothing's missed. We're waiting. They are in a breakout room. There is some issues with Mr. Lerma's phone and his ability to sign paperwork. And Jonathan Chavez is in breakout room number 2. So those are our 2 last cases.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was down in grand jury. So just making sure I didn't miss
Okay.
anything.
Nope, you haven't missed anything. I will tell you what, it's deceptively hot outside.
Is it?
Yes. Especially since the deputy said, oh, no, it's nice outside. All right, Jonathan Chavez.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Michelle. She's contacting the U.S. Attorney's Office to figure out what's going on with the federal case. I'm trying to get a hold of the attorney on the federal case to try to find out what's going on there. We're going to ask for a short reset just so we could try to find out what is going on with the federal case.
All right, your reset date is going to be November 2nd.
Okay.
If you have anything before then and you would like the case to be placed on the docket, just contact Ms. Ferguson and she'll
Okay.
move it up on the docket. I'll send you to a breakout room to confer with your client. After you confer with your client, he needs to come back to the main room to be excused from the main room.
Okay. Thanks, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3. And Mr. Rosas, if you'll go to 3, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to go to breakout room number 1 and see what is happening with the paperwork. All right, everyone. Mr. Lerma, are you there?
Hello.
All right, Mr. Lerma, you need to show your video.
Like that?
Yes, Mr. Lerma, it's always strange when I tell people that they'll have to appear in court, then their equipment works. I want to start.
Oh no, the auto thing was messing up. I barely know how to do this. Sorry
That's
about
okay. So here's the thing, Mr. Lerma, you're going to have to appear tomorrow in court.
that. Okay.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow in court at 9 a.m. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's 300 De La Rosa, and that way there won't be any issues, Zoom issues, okay?
And just to sign the papers, right?
Yes, just to
Okay.
sign the papers.
All right. Because I
All right.
can't stand too much because I got these staples. See?
I don't need to see your
But I'm just
body.
showing you. Because, no, I was showing you the staples.
Well, here's the thing. You have a phone. Why is it that you can't sign documents on your phone?
I just did that. It was on there. I seen it on there, but I don't know if it came off or not.
Do you know how to share your screen?
Not really.
What
No, I
type
used
of
to-
phone are you using?
The Metro.
No, is it an iPhone? Is it a
Oh,
Android?
I really don't know. Well, hey, what's your phone? Is that the way over there? And they're kind of old.
That's okay. You know what? I think phones are like vehicles. They serve their purpose. With the phone, it's just like, I don't need to know what the name of it is. If I dial it, will it work? A car, if I get in it, put some gas in it and turn it on, will it start and will it get me from point A to point B?
Yes, ma'am.
So let me walk through this with you. Do you
Yes, ma'am.
see an email? Did you receive an email?
Yes, and I signed those. Papers.
Nope, time out. So let's take this one step at a time. Did you receive an email?
Yes.
All right, go to that email.
Okay.
Now, when you go to that email, do you see where it says, where it's asking you to sign?
Wait up. This phone's messing up.
And Ms. Ferguson, can you get his attorney here and tell his attorney that he is not to leave here
Yes.
again?
Oh,
That's okay, Mr. Lerma. Have some patience. Take it out as needed.
yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Lerma, do you see your email address?
Yeah, it says felony plea package.
Yes, so click on that.
Okay.
All right, now that you've clicked on that, do you see where it's asking you to sign any documents?
Just continue. Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
All right, so what you're gonna have to do in order to sign it, you'll have to type your name in and click on sign.
Okay. Well, it says signature, right?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, the thing came on there, it says enter your name.
yes, so type your name.
Okay. Now what I punch?
Okay, now put enter. You know, you just want to press that you've done that, and tell me what the next message is once you do that.
I don't know. Oh,
Did you type your name in?
yeah, but now the
Okay,
let me
that's okay. Once you type your name in, what does the message tell you? Does it say anything when you type your name in?
it's kind of slow.
Okay, that's okay.
It says redo it again.
All right, so do it again. Greg, you are not allowed to leave this courtroom again. While your
Judge, I
client is here.
apologize. It
All
takes a
right.
village.
So do you see, what is it telling you now?
Oh, just re-entering my name.
Okay,
Judge, I can go into another breakout room with him now that he has audio. Thank you for doing
nope, here's the thing. If he leaves to another breakout room, he may not have audio.
that. That's true.
All right, there should be something that says finish. Do you see that?
It says apply or close or
It
clear.
says do apply.
Apply.
Yes.
All right.
It's the keyboard that we talked about, Rudy.
Yeah.
It says type. You type your name and then you hit the blue button, it says apply.
You push type and then draw.
Right, so push type and then go back down where the line is and hit the mouse and now type your name.
Is already the thing. I already put it on there, but
All right,
Is
so
it your
the next thing you wanna do
signature?
is hit apply.
apply.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, what? No wonder it wasn't working.
Okay.
You have to punch draw, and then apply.
And then the next thing that it should tell you to do is finish.
It says good. That one's finished. So just keep
Okay.
going.
Go to the next one that's in the email.
Okay.
And to the clerks, can you tell me if you're receiving paperwork from Mr. Rudy Lerma, please? If you could check.
I haven't got nothing yet, Judge, but I'll let you know as soon as something comes in.
All right, thank you.
Rudy, are you just putting your name on more signatures?
Some of them are already on there, so I'm going down looking at it.
That's fine, yeah.
Um,
And we've talked about this. We've talked about the plea and about what he's doing as far as giving up his right to a jury trial, but it was the technical stuff that we had a problem with, obviously. Norma, how did you get his sound working again? Just FYI, in future things, did you have to?
It was this phone. I just punched the some kind of thing on it?
Nice.
No, I closed him and
Oh.
removed him from the screen.
Thank you,
And when
Judge.
he came back, his audio worked.
There we go.
Sure.
That's what my cable guy says.
Mr. Chavez, you're excused. And Norman, can you let them know that Rosas 14L can go back, please? Thank you, Mr. Chavez.
Thank you. Have a nice day, Your Honor.
Right, you too.
So Rudy, we're about to do this in front of everyone anyway, so just making sure you understand it.
Okay. I think
Your-
it's awesome. I looked at everything.
Okay, and I know you've had experience with this, but we're just getting in front of the judge, pleading no contest. You are a US citizen, of course,
Yes.
and then we're agreeing to give up our right to a jury trial to take this plea. So you're acknowledging that. The other thing is we're doing it by video. So there's a form. Have you seen that form yet to do it by video?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I signed it on. I think.
Okay, so we'll get confirmation, but did you already finish? Did you already hit the blue button at the bottom?
Oh, no.
Let's finish.
There's no blue button.
All right, that means there's another signature. So do you have a yellow tab on the left where it says next?
There's an arrow there. But... No, these papers are already all. They don't say no more signatures. They're just showing the.
There's no way to share his screen, right? We can't. He would have to do
You
that.
want to talk him through that?
Does he have the capability?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Rudy, on your phone, if you drop your mouse down, it should have a bunch of words like mute, stop video, chat, share screen. Do you see that?
Just saying review sign.
So you're still on the papers.
Yeah, but I already signed them. Or they're just showing what was the accident and all that.
All right, here's the thing. To the clerks, have you received any paperwork from Mr. Lerma?
No, Judge, we haven't received nothing.
All right, so Mr. Lerma,
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
did you sign the paperwork and did you hit apply and finish? Because if you didn't hit finish, it's not going to come to us.
Judge, if you would like, ma'am, I can run over to where he is, and I know we'll get done today, but we can do this tomorrow morning, or he can come up in person.
Well, we can do it tomorrow morning.
Is that possible? I appreciate you waiting, Judge, but it's been difficult with the audio settings, understanding it, and of course, I appreciate the patience with my schedule. It's getting to a point where
We can recall it for tomorrow.
okay. And I will make sure it's all signed. I'll try to call before 4:30 clerks and just verify that you got it.
All right, thank you very much.
I found it, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I really found it. It was on top.
Is it in the cloud?
No, on top of it. You had to go all the way, stroll it down.
Okay. So did you hit apply and finish?
Yeah. I
All
really
right,
did.
let's find out. Moment of truth, clerks.
Okay,
I got the
We
plea
can't
packet.
see that. Do
You got
have
the
it,
plea packet.
Yeah.
But we still need the consent. So there should be another email, Rudy,
all right.
and it should be consent to video. Good job, man. You're over halfway there, and you've got experience now.
Yeah.
Brenda, this feels like a 1980s movie where you're trying to talk somebody through disconnecting wires, and they're like, no, man, you got it.
So the email sent. That dial-up tone is a good thing.
You finished signing the felony plea package already.
Beautiful. Now go to another email. Go to your Gmail account
All right.
and open up one from Miss Norma Ferguson saying
Okay.
consent to plea.
All right. Just a little bit difficult because I don't know how to do it. So
You're fine, Rudy. Listen, we all had to learn this stuff.
And you can take that one back.
Learning from the 80 guy, right?
How old are you again, Rudy?
48.
48?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tech boat went right on by us.
Oh, see, now I know where that reset button's on top. So I gotta sign the name, right?
Yes.
Oh. 1, 2, 5. Okay, now type. And
So
then
you're agreeing to do this by video.
I think
And then the
so.
other form you're signing, which we've talked about, and again, we're going to go over this in open court, is if the judge follows your plea bargain, you can't appeal. You can't do it over.
Okay, that's fine. But that's just like community service, right? That thing.
Well, that's
Going to-
outside. That's up to the judge. That's, up to the plea bargain. What we're asking for is probation. The state's recommending it.
Mhm.
But right now, you're just signing the form that you agree to do this by video.
I think that one's done too.
It says finished.
You're all set?
Oh, my man. All right. So the clerk is going to verify that, and then they're going to swear you in. So listen to Mr.
Just
Robert.
hang tight. I'm gonna print it out real quick.
Beautiful. He did send them though, right?
Yeah, it says you're all set.
I'm printing out the plea right now. I'm still waiting to get the other 3 forms.
Okay. So it says you're all set with the consent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the only two.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
you're
only two.
done with your signatures, Mr. Lerman.
Good
Okay.
job.
Ooh, I didn't think I knew how to do it.
Experience is what you get 30 seconds after you need it.
Yeah. That's what it says on there. You're all set. So
Yeah,
it should
they'll
be-
verify it. They'll swear you in, then we get in front of the judge and they'll go over this plea like we talked about.
All right.
All right, Mr. Lerman, I'm gonna get you sworn in really quick. So if you can raise your right hand for me. And you are Rudy Lerma, the defendant listed in this case?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna show you 2 documents. The first one I'm gonna show you is the court admonishments. The second document is the court stipulations. Did your attorney explain to you these 2 documents, and is everything attached true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
It's also your desire to enter into this plea today and waive your right to a jury trial?
Mhm. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can look, put your hand on that. I think everything's in. I'm just gonna print it out really quick.
Uh, So like the papers will be sent to the mail, right?
Oh, no, what's going to end up happening, Mr. Lerma, is we're going to do the plea. Probation is going to go to a breakout room with you and go over the conditions if I decide to follow your plea bargaining agreement.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you will sign those conditions. Your attorney will help you with that. And
Okay.
then they will tell you exactly what you need to do to be successful on probation.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Brenda, I'm being told that I can get a printer tomorrow. And they asked if I would be okay with just receiving one that's black and white instead of one that had prints in color. And I'm like, well, 0-point printer or black and white printer.
Right.
I will take the black and white printer. Thank you. But they are trying. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 6627, State of Texas versus Rudy Lerma. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michelle Hayden for the state.
for the defense?
Greg Desmarais Damaris.
And are you Mr. Lara?
Lerma?
Yes, is that you?
Yeah,
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lima, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
yeah, I understand it. Yeah, I signed it.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes,
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Lerma, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yeah,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're waiving the repeater allegation, Your Honor.
Any
Other
objection?
than, sorry.
Oh,
No
sorry.
objection. No objection to waiving the repeater.
All right, and I'm sorry, Ms. Hayden, you said other than that?
Other than that, we're proceeding as is.
Mr. Lerma, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
yeah. Yeah, I
Sure.
signed it.
That's either yes or no. It's not yeah. So it's
Yeah.
yes or no.
Yes,
All right, did you understand what you're charged with is assault family second offense? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
yes,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Mr. Lerma, did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
what does that mean? I plead no contest.
No, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Stop paying attention to the side people who are around you.
Oh, there's nobody here?
Do you understand you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes,
Do you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you're giving up that right?
yeah, yes,
Do you intend to give up that right and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
yes, yes,
Do you understand you have a right to cross-examine any witnesses the state will call against you?
yes,
Do you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you're giving up that right?
yes,
And did you intend to give up that right and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
yes,
Do you understand you have a right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up that right?
yes,
And did you intend to give up that right and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Judge.
Mr. Lerma, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or forced you to enter into this plea bargain agreement?
No,
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
no,
Are
no,
you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
yeah, yes,
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison. There is a $1,500 fine. The state recommends community supervision. They will take in consideration County Court Cause number 660898. There is affirmative finding of family violence. What is this safety?
That's a condition of probation. Sorry, go ahead, State.
Oh, sorry, Judge, in speaking with the victim in this case and reviewing the defendant's history, we thought that he could benefit from inpatient treatment. So we're asking for SafeP or something similar to SafeP in the alternative.
All right, so I know everyone's new here. So the SafeP, unless he is willing to go there and be taken into custody to go there, that's something that needs to be outside the agreement, and the court will make a decision on whether or not SafeP will be appropriate for him.
I understand, Judge.
State?
Judge, I believe as part of the agreement, he was agreeing to SafeP, but as I mentioned, I'm fine doing, if you want to do a DDRF evaluation or a TAP evaluation and just follow those recommendations. The main thing is that he does need to get treatment.
All right, there's to be no contact with Christy, Kristi Lerma, and 150 hours of community service restitution. Mr. Lerma, do you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes.
You understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes.
Do you understand with regards to this plea bargain, the court will make the decision on whether or not you go to SafeP, SADF, or some inpatient treatment, and that the 150 hours of community service restitution that the state is requesting, that's something the court will decide. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yeah. Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 7 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence support the defendant's plea?
Your Honor, at this time, state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments into evidence.
No
Any
objections, Your Honor.
objections?
No objections, Judge.
Mr. Lerma, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
You know, my client, Your Honor, actually just got out of the hospital. He was stabbed as I understand, by his son. Is that correct, Rudy?
Yes.
And he's had a difficult time of it. There has been some obviously issues, which is why the state, I think, recommended the SafeP or the SATIF. He understands that he can use treatment and that he should use treatment. He is grateful for the opportunity to be on probation.
Yes.
And he is 48 years old, as he mentioned earlier. And so he understands what he needs to do. And I'd ask you to follow the recommendation and assess the appropriate treatment.
All right. Is his son being charged with anything for stabbing him?
Did they arrest your son, Rudy?
Yeah, he's in jail, but I don't know.
Okay.
All right. did
His
this
other
happen in
son,
Bear
just for
County?
the record, if I may, Your Honor, his other
Yes.
son, my understanding, is actually a deputy at the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Is that correct?
Yeah, great.
Mr. Lerma,
Yes.
if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
The what?
If you're giving a drug test today, what are the results going to be?
I'll pass it.
Mr. Lerma, I'm going to give you a drug test today. So do you want to stick with that? Because I'm trying to make a determination on whether or not to send you to inpatient treatment or not.
Yeah, but how we gonna do that?
I'm sorry, what?
How we gonna do that?
Do what?
The drug test.
Oh, I'm gonna send you to go get a drug test right now, and when is available to you. So again, before we do that, and before you waste my time with that, well, it's not really wasting my time with that, but before you're dishonest with me, you need to tell me the truth. What are you going to be positive for? Because I'm trying to set conditions so that you can be successful on probation.
From the doctor, pain pills. That's about
What
it.
are you going to be positive for?
Tylenol.
And what else?
That's it.
All right, we're going to do a drug test today. And if it's more than that, we're going to have issues. You understand?
Yeah, I understand you. No,
So
there won't be nothing in it.
It's either yes or no. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's yes.
Yes,
or no.
ma'am.
It's not
Yes, Your
yeah.
Honor.
It's not
Yes,
uh-huh. So do you understand me?
Yes.
What are the results going to be?
Clean.
So you're not going to be positive for anything. That means marijuana, alcohol, anything.
Oh, no. No, ma'am.
And who is Christy Lerma to you?
I haven't drank in years. My sister.
Why are you being abusive to your sister?
Oh, no, we're just arguing about something. But she hit
No,
me.
there's no just arguing about something. You're not here for arguing. Because last time I checked, there is not a crime in the penal code for arguing. So what you're charged with, it's not on about the 13th day of whatever Mr. Lerma was arguing with Christy Lerma, because that's not in the penal code. So there is more than just arguing and raised voices. So we go back to the point of, why are you hitting your sister? Mr. Lerma, why are you hitting your sister?
But she hit me first and I took the blame. So
Oh, you want a jury trial?
no,
So
no.
this is what we're going to do. We're going to set this for a PSI. Norma, can you give me a date?
November 3rd.
All right, we're going to come back on November 3rd. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Have you been to prison before, Mr. Lerma? Obviously,
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
10 years ago.
Okay, I'm going to want a gang evaluation as well. And we're going to come back on November 3rd, and you will need to appear in court in person. Do you understand?
Yes.
So November 3rd at 9 a.m. in the 187 District Court. We're located at 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes.
When do you need to appear in court?
November 3rd,
What time?
9 a.m.
Which court?
De La Rosa Court. I mean,
187.
187 Court.
All right. And Rebecca, I'm going to want a drug test from him by tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 with your attorney. And probation will go over the instructions with you on what you need to do.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and so Mr. Demarie, if you'll go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, to the prosecutors, where are you? We are going to stop with the live stream. We're going to start court tomorrow at 9:30 because I have to qualify a jury tomorrow at, they say 8 o'clock, but I've been here at 8 for that and it doesn't start till 8:30. So I have to qualify a jury tomorrow. So we'll start at 9:30. Hopefully everything will be done by that point. If not, and we're running a little late, it's because I'm still qualifying a jury. And I don't know how many jurors they have. Last time I did it, they had maybe 300. So we shall see. So see you all tomorrow at, let's say 9:30-ish.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna stop live stream.